What do you guys think? Which direction should I go? Maybe I should go that way. Mountain.
Train the muscles, not the joints.
Welcome back to Natural Glam Bodybuilding. And today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about an exercise that I'm doing right now for triceps. So some of you guys might be doing close grip bench presses out there, or you might be doing French curls and stuff, and you're like, hey, you know what? There's still something missing here. There's something that I'm not activating. There's some reason why I'm not necessarily getting the ideal tricep development from this exercise. Now, I started messing around the gym the other day, and of course, you know, sometimes you just try something new just for the sake of it. And I actually found something that you might like. Now, one of the reasons why I think this exercise might also be good to incorporate into your training, especially if you have a situation like I do, such as an unstable shoulder, what you want to do a lot of times is take that instability out of the movement, as far as don't let that instability hold that movement back, or at least influence how much activation you're getting on your tricep, right? So one of the things I did was that I said, okay, instead of using 2 dumbbells, I'm going to use 1 dumbbell. And by using this 1 dumbbell, I naturally added a little bit of stability to the exercise. So that's one thing you guys can learn from this, is that if you're doing 2-arm movements, like separate dumbbells, by making that dumbbell into one, such as turning a dumbbell into a barbell, or just using 1 dumbbell with both hands, you'll notice that there's naturally a little bit more stabilization that happens. Like the body's naturally stabilized from that, which is why sometimes using 2-arm dumbbell movements is useful, because this also works your stabilizers. But if you work your stabilizers too much, or say you have a certain injury or something like that that makes those stabilizers work way harder, it's good to take them out of the movements once in a while, just to make sure that your prime movers start to hit failure, such as with triceps. So in this exercise, I'm doing a hybrid between a close grip and a French curl with the dumbbell. Now, the neat part about it is that this is really easy on the wrists. So if you guys have wrist problems or something like that, this might be the answer to your close grip bench press sort of issue. And at the same time, if you have tricep tendon issues, sometimes this might help, because the dumbbell will touch your chest at some point if you come all the way down, so you can rest at the bottom, so there's not that extra tension placed on the tendons at the bottom. But you don't have to touch the chest. I'm just saying if that's what you want to do, you can do it. So one thing I find is this is a nice blend between a tricep push, like a close grip bench press, and a French curl or skull crusher. And by doing a combination of both here, I find that I'm getting a different part of the tricep that I usually get from skull crushers alone or from close grip. So this also has to do with the positioning of the hand. So try it out anyway. So by the clips that I've shown you here, you can see what I'm doing. And I'm noticing some great tricep development from it. I mean, obviously. So you got to try it. No pun intended. Mountain. Okay, first of all, I just got to say, if you're wondering why there's a weird angle here between me and the camera, it's because I'm standing there and the ground is elevated. And this is the only standing spot I could put my camera on. And I have like a portable tripod. And because it's a portable tripod, it's kind of small, so I need to put it on top of something. So anyway, definitely not high enough. Looks kind of weird, like you're looking up my nose, but you know what? You're just gonna have to deal with it. That's what life's about. You guys aren't snowflakes. I think you're gonna be able to handle this, all right? If I can brave the wild elements here and not get eaten by a wild animal, or perhaps maybe I will get eaten by a wild animal, but you know what? You won't hear me complain. I won't say a thing. As I'm getting shot out in the woods by some bear with a nice mix of berries and nuts and whatever else he's been eating, I'm not gonna complain. So I don't think you're justified. I really don't think you're justified in complaining. Don't complain to me about the camera angle. It's just not right. Don't do it. So another thing you can do is you could try this on a decline or an incline if you want, but a decline I find would probably be more effective, because, you know, as you're pushing, your head is farther away, so you're gonna get a little bit more range of motion if you need it. But I find the flat works just fine for me. So I'm enjoying the flat, and I'm getting a lot of like tricep direction. I think I'm gonna walk down this trail in that direction, that direction right there. Can you see that? That direction. See, that's how you have to point from now on, now that you're doing triceps like that. Now, another thing I'm gonna say is that there's always somebody in the comments that gets like kind of like, that's not how you do something. That's wrong. You can't do it that way, whatever. But one thing I want to say, and it's something that I always say, is that if something doesn't work for you, don't do it. I mean, I'm not telling you what should work or what shouldn't work. I'm just trying to give you suggestions of how to be creative and how to probably access something that you couldn't access before. Because to this day, my body's still, showing me new things. So there's new things that I can try in order to access muscle groups that maybe I lost touch with because of injuries or history or whatever, right? But sometimes it is good to step outside the box, no matter what box it is that you're in. Maybe it's a litter box, maybe it's a sand box, maybe it's well, that's a dirty joke, I won't say that. But the bottom line is that it might be a box that you're in, and it's good to step outside that box once in a while, because that is going to be how you maybe find like the lucky charms of gains, you know what I'm saying? Like, you found my lucky charms. What did I get? That's why I'm in the forest right now. Ooh, I wonder where the lucky charms are. Where's the lucky charms? Big lucky charms. I'm in the forest getting ready to find the lucky charms of gains. Do you guys remember that commercial from the 80s? Nobody's going to get my lucky charms. Yeah, probably don't. You guys are probably too young for that. But yeah, apparently there's bears in here and a cougar stalking some people. But this is what I do. I'm the mountain. The mountain is not afraid of any wildlife. I'm a little bit afraid, just a tiny bit. Anybody out there? No? If you're gonna bite me on the neck, you let me know. See, nobody's coming. There's no danger here, because surely the cougar would have answered, or the bear, or whatever. So anyway, I hope this helps out in your training. Thanks a lot for watching, and if you need to get hold of me, just go to naturalglambodybuilding.com, and thanks to the Patreon supporters, and take care for now. Mountain. Oh, there's some shat. Oh no.